Let's go ahead and jump into the lesson of the week. So today I wanted to start with sharing a story, and I'm going to do the very paraphrased version of this. And it's a story that you probably are familiar with. It's called Aladdin. So Aladdin is a story about a poor boy who has big dreams, and his dreams are to become a prince. And he wanders into a cave, comes across a lamp. He rubs the lamp and out pops the genie, and he is going to grant Aladdin 3 wishes. Now, if you know the story, you know I'm like super paraphrasing here. So if you haven't seen Aladdin, you probably need to take today off and go watch it because it's a classic and it's amazing. It's one of my all-time favorites. But the genie pops out and he says, I'll grant you 3 wishes, and yet there are 3 rules as it relates to the wishes. So the first rule is that you can't wish for more wishes. The second rule is that you can't wish for anyone to fall in love with you. And third is you can't bring anyone back from the dead. So when you think about wishes, think about things that ultimately you can control, but do not control other people. So those are kind of the rules as it relates to the 3 wishes. And so it's a great metaphor because one of the things that I've noticed in coaching people, especially this year, is most of us intend to create roughly 3 to 5 miracles in our lives. So miracles being things that are super important for us to achieve, super important for us to experience, or just things that you want to create. So if we all have these 3 to 5 miracles, we can put that into the context of 3 to 5 wishes. Now today, because we want it to fit into the story, we're just going to go with 3. So 3 wishes or miracles that you intend to create in your world. Now, in order for you to make a wish, you have to be super specific. In order for you to create a miracle, you've got to be super specific. And so there's this idea that I came across recently. It comes from a guy named Emmett Stone. And this is kind of an old school idea, but Emmett Stone said that each of us has this imagination, and the imagination is where all miracles originate, that we are constantly practicing what Gary calls first creation, second creation. So you create it first here, then you create it secondly outside, right? So it's inside and then outside. And so when we think about this, and what Emmett Stone says about the mental equivalent is you've got to be really, really clear in regards to your wishes or miracles. Imagine that you had to actually put this into a question, like I wish for, and then fill in the blank. And so this is best illustrated through the process of using a 3D printer. Many of you have heard me say before that I think every one of us is born with a 3D printer. And if you've ever seen one of these at work, the way that it ultimately goes down is you have a program inside of hardware. So you have software inside of hardware, and you go into it and you design out whatever it is that you want to print. So you've got to do color, you've got to do size, you have to do features. Then once it's designed, you hit print, and if the printer is working properly, it will print out the equivalent of whatever it is that you designed. And so I think we're all doing this, and yet I find there are some of us that are doing it more intentionally than others. And I like to call this principle or this process priming the printer. So my question to you is, if you wandered into a cave and you were, or you came across a magic lamp and out popped a genie, and the genie gave you 3 wishes for you to create 3 miracles, and you have to create the mental equivalent of each one, what would your 3 miracles or wishes be, and why? What are the 3 things that you would hope for, wish for, and ultimately intend to prime the printer with? So this week, I want each and every one of you to sit down wherever you do your best thinking. That may be sitting in a sauna early in the morning. That might be out on a walk. That could be at a coffee shop with a journal and a strong cup of coffee. But wherever you do your best thinking, I want you to sit down, use your imagination, and imagine that you were Aladdin wandering into a cave. You get 3 wishes. They have to follow the rules, but the 3 wishes ultimately prime the printer to create the 3 miracles that you want to experience or achieve in your life. And so I'm going to invite each and every one of you to go through that process this week. And as you do it, please email, text me, whatever it is that you come up with. 1, because I want to help you create it. And then number 2, it's because I want you to go through the exercise and gain clarity as we move into the second half of this year. So what are your 3 wishes? What are the 3 miracles you intend to create? And I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thank you all for being here. And I will talk with you all in 2 weeks, because next week is Memorial Day. We do not have Monday Morning Mojo. Make it a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.